So this is a child severely burned in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And the claim in the case was that the child was injured in a fire in a shed precipitated by a toy that had been recalled by the Consumer Product Safety Commission and which resulted in debilitating and permanent injuries, as you saw. And the pictures of the child that I gave you are from the proceeding. They were blown up onto boards. And what we have here is what we called the truth board. The truth board is a photograph, fortunately taken by a firefighter at the scene. And this is the area where the incident occurred. And you can see the arrow pointing to that red item on the floor. You can see behind the red item a white cylindrical item, which is the hot water heater. Turns out that the red item is the sole remnant of a gas container. And this little child, in reality, had knocked the container off of a table. The gas leaked toward the hot water heater. The hot water heater, as many of you know, has an open flame. The vapors were ignited, an explosion occurred, the gas fell all over the child was severely injured. But the unassailable evidence here, which we blew up, ended up winning the day for the defendant. Now, this is a case where the whole front of a woman's body was burned off as a result of what she claimed was a defect in an electric range. Obviously, when somebody has lost their breasts, when they went through 22 surgical procedures, when they've incurred medical expenses of over $2 million, there is an uphill battle, even if you can get fair and impartial jurors, to convince them that there is no basis upon which this defendant should be found liable in this case. One of the things we did to diffuse the anger was to show that the individual still had the ability to use her fingers, even though the medical reports said that her hands in the accident had literally been, and this is a quote, mummified. I guess we're not advancing as well as we did, but the other thing that we did in conclusion is, and just hold it for a second, is the court in Detroit, Michigan ordered, and just stop it right there if you can. Okay, the court in Detroit, Michigan ordered a video reenactment deposition. And our strategy was to first conduct a deposition at the accident site and then depose the plaintiff based upon that video at a separate deposition. Now, the claim in the case was that while wearing a nightgown in the wee hours of a morning, this woman came home from a party. She was going to cook some pasta for herself. She claimed that when she reached across the range, her arm and clothing caught on fire. But as you can see from the videotape reenactment deposition, there are two phenomena that bode strongly against that. One, her arm was 8 inches off the height of the burner. Two, the pot, although it doesn't cover the whole burner, covers a substantial portion of the burner. The jurors found this evidence very convincing in the case.